All right. Welcome aboard, and thanks for tuning in to the Heavy Metal Truckers, where we give our honest thoughts and perspectives on all things heavy. We're your hosts. So in this video, we are getting Frosty to check out something because, well, they kicked ass 6 years ago, and so they've been coming out with stuff later on, and they're kind of an interesting group. Well, Frosty, to give you an idea, we're going to be showing him DEVILOOF, and particular tracks going to be Torture. Well, Frosty, to give you a background, do you remember Whitechapel whenever they had This Is Exile era?
Probably.
Okay, well, this is roughly around that. Just imagine if Whitechapel This Is Exile era was Japanese and slightly more intense. That is this.
Yeah, and I will say, like, when because I think I was the first one that found them, and I showed them to you and Jesse, but, well, the first thing that got me with this group was the dude's vocals. Because he's utterly insane. The man has one of the craziest ranges when it comes to harsh vocals that I've seen.
He's almost taking Kyo to another level.
Yeah, like almost to the point that you almost feel like they're you could almost call them a visual Kai metalcore band, because they even have the look too.
I would say they're easily visual.
But yeah.
Yeah. So, and to enjoy Frosty's perspective on this, we are having quite the rare weather occasion in our location. So I'm going to enjoy this rare weather with a pour of Eagle Rare. Let's get into it. All right, so I retract what I said about This Is Exile era. This is more like whenever Whitechapel was the Somatic Defilement and that era. So, bolts.
It's like Whitechapel and Impending Doom to me. It's like old school Whitechapel.
So, like Somatic Defilement and Serpent Servant era of Impending?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know the albums by them back in the day. I know Serpent Servant sounds familiar because I remember you talking to me about it all the time.
So Serpent Servant was Doom's second album after their debut of No Dead Arisen, and that's whenever they went from pretty much almost grind metal to deathcore. And then
it reminds me of that.
Yeah, Whitechapel Somatic Defilement was their first album, and that's whenever they were way more grind metal, but they had the sludginess that could be found in later deathcore in that album as well.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it reminds me of listening to those back then. Mm-hmm. I didn't listen to them nearly as much as you did. Nearly as much.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Not to interrupt,
the pig squeals,
of which, Impending Doom actually came out with the EP last year.
I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, never listened to it though.
But yeah, no, I mean the pig squeals, the growling, all of it, the gutturals. I mean, it was interesting. It's never been like my big cup of tea at all, but it was definitely interesting. It was a far cry from the modern crap that we get nowadays. It kind of made me feel nostalgic for,
and that was released in 2018.
Early high school and all that.
Yeah,
see, and that's what throws you off, is like, that this came out like a couple of years ago. However, it feels like, it was like 20 years ago. And that's the part of this that actually makes me like this more. Even though I don't.
At this point, it wasn't a couple years ago. It's almost been 7 years since I was released.
Well, a couple of years ago, 7 years ago, tomato, and whatever you want to say. But regardless, I mean, I feel that even 7 years ago is just still like essentially modern. Whereas like 20 years ago, this is what this feels like to me. And even though this style of metal is not my cup of tea at all, it's something that I would listen to just because of the nostalgia behind it.
I remember whenever Doppler showed me this, I wasn't really into this necessarily anymore. It's just the interesting vocal techniques that were done that could be heard in this is what really keyed me in. Not to mention, it was guitars that actually had distortion too.
Mm-hmm.
Despite them being 8 strings. And I don't know if you noticed, but that bass was a 6 string.
I think it was actually...
it was a little difficult to see.
What were you saying, Doppler?
Off my phone.
I think it was actually more than a 6-string bass.
No, I think whenever we were looking at it, it was a 6-string bass.
The 7-string bass.
Oh, it was a 7-string?
Yeah, he uses a 7-string. I thought it was, yeah.
Oh, well, damn. Yeah, so 7-string bass, 8-string guitar, and an 8-string guitar that didn't sound gent for once. Wow, imagine that.
I know.
It actually had distortion and sounded like what Whitechapel did like almost 20 years ago.
See, it's the old school that makes you want to listen to this more.
Yeah, and so that's the reason that I got keyed into this and found fascination in it. Now, their later material kind of does go away.
And hit or miss.
Yeah, it's been hit or miss and goes away from this a little bit, depending. But yeah, so that was Frosty's perspective on DEVILOOF's torture, and we'll be seeing some more from DEVILOOF later from all of us. But anyways, guys, until next time, whether musically, lyrically, or literally, keep on happy.